Hello my dear friends, today we will learn about one of the useful but underrated tools in Photoshop, and that is the ruler tool. I know many of you will agree with my words and many will not. But do you know why ruler tool is considered underrated in spite of the fact that it has some important uses in Photoshop? Today we will explore the uses of ruler tool in Photoshop. To demonstrate the uses of the ruler tool, I start with a new document, and here are the settings for the new Photoshop document. It's important to mention that I am using artboard. We can work without artboard also. The reason I am using artboard is that it allows me to create multiple design layouts within one document, and we can select the artboard also. In the new Photoshop document window, ruler tool is available in the vertical toolbar, which is also called Tools panel in Photoshop CC. If the ruler isn't visible, hold down the eyedropper tool and then from the tools shown, pick the ruler tool. Now let's talk about its uses. Ruler tool is primarily used to measure the distance between any 2 points. Now you will ask how to measure the distance between 2 points using ruler tool, and here is the answer. Select the ruler tool. Notice that once ruler tool is selected, the options bar starts showing different options or information. The same information is visible in the info panel also. If the info panel is not visible, then click the window menu and select info option. You can also use F8 key to activate the info panel. We will talk about these options later in this video because this information is used to place the image or elements precisely on the workspace. Now after selecting the ruler tool, drag from the starting point to the ending point. You can hold down the shift key to constrain the ruler tool to 45-degree increments. To delete the ruler tool, we can press clear button. To demonstrate, I will draw a rectangle of any size using rectangle tool. And then I will draw another rectangle on the other layer in such a way that they are in edge-to-edge contact. Now I will press shift key and move the second rectangle away from the first. We can see that it is showing the distance between the two rectangles and the distance is 190 pixels. Now we will select the ruler tool and measure the distance between the two edges. And here it is. It is also 190 pixels. We can clearly see this measurement in the options bar and info panel. For better understanding, I am using an image which I have recently created in Blender 3D. Okay, now to measure the distance between these 2 points, I will use the ruler tool. Let's see how. Now suppose I wanted to find out the angle between these two sides of this shape. Then to create a protractor from an existing measuring line, press Alt drag on Windows or Option drag on Mac at an angle from one of the measuring line. Will show you the angle at which the ruler tool or measuring line is bent. This is the angle between the two sides of this shape. By holding down the Shift key, we can constrain the tool to multiples of 45 degree. Now many users will ask how to edit the measuring line using ruler tool. No worry, simply select the ruler tool. Remember that if your document has an existing measuring line, then selecting the ruler tool causes it to be displayed. Now do one of the following things. To resize the measuring line, drag one end of the existing measuring line. To move the measuring line, place the pointer on the line away from either of the endpoint and drag the line. To remove the measuring line, select the ruler tool and click Clear button in the options bar. Many users are not aware of one of the hidden uses of the ruler tool, and that is ruler tool is also used to straighten the image. It sounds great, but how? How to straighten the image using the ruler tool? And the answer is very easily. In the same image, by selecting the ruler tool, I will create a measuring line that is parallel to one of its sides, and then I will press Straighten Layer option from the options bar. And here is the result. The image is now straightened, which means that the selected side of the image is now parallel to the x-axis or to the bottom of the canvas. To find the exact angle at which the image can be straightened, you can drag out a measuring line on the image and then go to the image menu and select Image Rotation option. And then from the Image Rotation submenu, select Arbitrary. The correct angle of rotation required to straighten the image is automatically entered into the Rotate Canvas dialog box, which in my case is 31.77 degree in clockwise direction. As I said in the starting of this video that we will talk about the options or information shown in the options bar and in the info panel, so now it's time to discuss them. The information we see in the options bar or info panel is used to position the image or elements precisely in the workspace. Actually, ruler tool calculates the distance between any 2 points in the workspace. When you measure from one point to another, a non-printing line is drawn, and the options bar and info panel show the following information. The starting location of the measuring line is shown by capital X and capital Y. The horizontal and vertical distances traveled from X and Y axes are shown by capital W and capital H respectively. The angle measured relative to the x-axis is shown by capital A. The total length travelled by a single measuring line is shown by L1. The two lengths travelled when you use a protractor are shown by L1 and L2. L1 is for first measuring line and L2 is for the second measuring line. Remember, all measurements except the angle are calculated in the unit of measure currently set in the Units and Rulers Preference dialog box, which you can find in the Edit menu. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video.